Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to the Southern Magic Podcast. I'm your host, Matt, and tonight I am joined by Coffee Money and Will. Say hi, y'all.
Hello.
Hi, y'all.
Hello.
Matt, I have a question for you.
Oh, no.
It's
What
magic
is
related.
it? Okay, I think I can handle that.
Okay, which one of the new Pokemon starters is your favorite?
That's magic related? What?
Universes Beyond coming to you.
Yeah. We're
Krista,
just predicting.
Krista, which one of the Pokemon starters is my
No,
favorite?
I want you
from the
to
new...
answer.
I
have
don't
you
even
seen
know what
them?
their names are.
Look at them. You don't need to know their names. There's an obvious
There's only
winner.
one you need to know.
You would like Pombon.
Pombon.
You don't even know what that one is.
Right?
I want you to pull up Gen 10 starters, and I want you to pick which one you think
Okay,
Pombon is.
Let me do that.
important.
Don't see their name.
Don't look at their name.
10
Pokemon.
starters. Okay. Let me look.
Okay.
Okay. If I was... I'm looking at this. If I knew nothing about Pokemon, I was just told to play this game. I think I would probably choose the dog-looking one.
Pombon.
Is that
That's
Pombon?
Pombon.
Okay.
You
I
wouldn't
think
pick
I would
Grout?
choose that one.
You wouldn't pick Brout?
Which
got
one's
against
Brout?
Brout?
Is that the owl? Or is that the
Yeah,
the
how'd you
lizard?
know? The lizard is Gekwa.
F around and find Brout.
Yeah. We love
No,
Brout.
Oh,
Brout.
Brout.
He's
Okay, I
angry.
see it. It's Brout, Pombon, and Gekua.
Gekwa.
Gekwa.
Yeah.
Gekua. Okay.
Yeah. Brout is an angry bird. Pombon is the dog from Undertale. You know the one?
I'm familiar with Undertale. I've never
He's
played
the dog
it,
from
though.
Undertale. That's what he is. And then Gekwa's the lizard. That's all.
Oh,
It's
okay.
actually
Yes.
Gekwa is this is gonna be a very, very obscure reference. You know how we talked about Littlest Pet Shops last time we were there? There's
Yes, I
a
remember.
Littlest Pet Shop that looks exactly like the Gekwa lizard.
Okay. Well, what is that?
Look
Do
up
I just search Littlest Pet
Looks at Littlest Pet Shop lizard.
Lizard?
Yeah, there's like a specific one.
Oh, it
looks
does.
It looks exactly like the freaking blue one.
Oh, it does look just like the lizard. You're right.
Yes.
Well, that
Oh, the
might
turntables.
be
We're going to be suing Nintendo
Yeah.
soon.
that
Now
might
after all
be
these
the,
after all these like facts and all that are magic related, which one is your favorite starter?
of all
Oh,
time
it's the easiest Brout of my life.
No, of these three.
of these three.
Yeah.
I mean, I still think I would go for Pombon just because he looks neat. The Littlest Pet Shop, that might be the thumbnail actually, because it's this goofy eye looking lizard. Well, I was gonna say y'all better actually count yourselves lucky that I even showed up, honestly, because I have been going hard on that Resident Evil 9 because
I'm mad at you for that.
I've
We
been
had a
at-
whole plan set up. So
Listen.
today that we're filming this is March 10th, which is Mario Day, and GameStop had a thing where if you either had a tattoo of Mario or if you just showed up and said Yahoo or whatever Mario says, they would give you a $5-10 gift card or so. So Matt and I made a plan by me just saying like 2 weeks ago, hey, you want to do this? To dress up as Mario and for us to go to 7 different GameStops in the Birmingham area so we can pick up the game. And then Matt just bought it because
Okay.
he got paid or whatever.
No. Actually, listen, I much prefer having
I'm
a
listening.
disc, but if you look it up, Resident Evil 9 in particular has a shortage right now. You can't find the disc anywhere. Like I
you got
looked
it
up.
virtual too. I can't even bum off you afterwards. This is
went-
the worst day. This
I
is the worst
went
Mario day of
into-
my life.
I went into the GameStop app, and the nearest physical copy of Resident Evil 9 was 118 miles away in Georgia. That was
You're
the
not committed
closest
enough.
one.
Hang on.
I'm not
Let me
committed enough. Amazon was
it up.
sold out.
Resident Evil. Was it Requiem? So what's it called?
Resident Evil 9 Requiem.
Okay, and you have it for the PS. You have a PS5, right? Yeah.
The PS5, yes.
Yeah.
Does
Mine
it say in
says
stock everywhere?
limited stock where I'm at right now. Actually,
I'm telling you,
that
game's good.
so just to let you know, hang on, just to put in. I'm not gonna tell you all my zip code. That's too much. But in the Birmingham area, there are 2 stores within 100 miles that have it. So we could have gone to 2 stores and saved $20.
Save $20 for it. So
You didn't want to do that with me afterwards,
Listen,
just because Matt drives.
Will, I
not
love
drive.
you. I would have
Will not drive.
gladly bought a disc and let you borrow it once I'm done with it, but I could not. You can't find it anymore.
Matt hates Target.
Yeah. But no, it's really sick though. It's like
Yep.
I'm a complete wimp when it comes to horror games, but it's like half horror game, half action game. And
That's how I feel about the Resident Evil games too. They're really good. And I normally don't play horror games, but there's something about the Resident Evil ones that they just hit different. Silent Hill I can't do. I'm too scared for Silent Hill.
That's fair. The thing about this one is like the scary parts. I mean, I this is not really a spoiler because, you know, if you at least know anything about the game, it's you have a dual protagonist with Grace and Leon, and Grace's missions are just range from being really creepy to just downright terrifying, and Leon's missions are just you're in like an 80s action movie, an 80s zombie
He's got like
action
Fortunate
movie.
Son playing in the background as it's going through.
It's good though, but
and Grace has that Charlie XCX song going. I think I'm gonna die in this house.
Yeah, exactly. But one thing I really want to do in that game once I beat it is you can go in and unlock cheats, just like we had a cheater in Magic the Gathering. Yeah, how'd you like that? How'd you like that segue? That's smooth, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so our first little bit of news here at the top of there, probably the biggest thing in what I would categorize as MTG-related drama slop would be the cheating. It's hard to call it a scandal. It's not really a scandal. It was just a cheater got caught at a big tournament. I think it was in Europe. Let me look it up really quick.
It was like Italy or something, I think. So.
Yeah, it was one guy, and we can probably like link the social media post about it, but it was basically dude was searching his library. It was like one of those tuck cheats where cracks a fetch, searches the library for something, and then just puts the card right on top. And he was slick about it too. Like we sent it to the group chat, and I think Drew didn't even see it. I didn't even see it on the first watch through, but you can blatantly see him. Like if you're looking for it, he like fetches, picks it up, searches, and then just slides something really to the top. And then when he shuffles, he preserves the top like 5 or so cards to where it's the only one, and then he doesn't present to cut. You know, tale old as time in terms of trading card games. It's just the standard cheat, and this one kind of it seems like there was like more said about this one than maybe there have been before, because like I think it kind of reaffirmed like this idea of like if your opponent is not presenting to cut, you know, even if in some cases, even if you know them, you know, you probably should be cutting. That's mainly what I saw being said about this is the dude just was routinely not presenting to cut, and this was the result of it. Was this happens, you know?
Yep.
Yeah,
Have y'all
the salesmanship on it was pretty Pretty unbelievable. Like get the surveil land tank on it. Like wow.
Oh,
I don't know. Do I keep the card that I mana weave to the top? Like, do I
The
keep the card
Hollywooding
that
is
I
what we call
retained
it.
on
Yeah.
top? Yeah, the
oh, that was the best
salesmanship.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching the clip right now, and he does tank on it for a second. He shuffles, he looks at it, goes, I'll leave it on top.
Yeah, actually, I'm glad you brought that up. That is arguably the funniest part of this entire thing is the fetch was for a surveil land, and then he puts it in play after he's cheated a card to the top of his deck. He like puts the surveil land in play, looks at it, looks at his hand, looks at it. He's like, oh, okay, I'll keep that one. I guess I'll try it.
What's
it was
great
so
too is
funny.
he was on camera apparently a couple times, and I think they caught him at least
Yeah,
one more time.
two times that I could see just from like giving the VOD for their rounds.
Yeah, I saw that he did it once with a force negation, and I guess there's another one too.
I want to say it was endurance. Was the other one? I think
Yeah,
it
endurance was the one that
finding
I
an
think
endurance.
sparked the controversy. And the best part about it is if you go to like comment sections that talk about it and all that, there's half of them are like, why would you even do that? Endurance isn't even good right here. It's like, okay, like that's not the point. It's not even good right here. Why would he do that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was just. I'm pretty sure when I've not done that. Like I've not cheated, and I've definitely not done that to that degree, if anything. But if I was going to cheat, and I committed myself to this line of like I'm going to shuffle a card to the top of my library, I am pretty sure it's on stream too. That's if you're going to cheat, why do it on the thing where you have potentially hundreds or thousands of people looking at you do it? Like why?
Cheat at big tournaments,
In like the
the
perfect
team
angle to
cheating
catch
in
it too,
the
like top down. Like
Yeah.
that was the other dumbest thing. So like what I was saying is like if I'm committing myself mentally to that I'm going to cheat this card to the top of my library, I feel like you have like a lot of adrenaline in that moment because you're hoping that you don't mess it up to where your opponent sees it. You're hoping the judge doesn't see it. You hope no bystanders see it. So you're trying to get it done as quickly as possible. So it's probably, that probably was a reason why he would have grabbed the wrong card or whatever. But I don't know. It's stupid any way you cut it.
It's dumb and
Yeah,
stupid.
any
Don't
way
cheat
you
it.
cut it.
Don't cheat at the game.
Yeah, don't cheat at the game.
Because then
Well,
you're gonna have the controversy like what happened with him, where he was banned from just that tournament series, right? Or was he banned from a couple of other things?
He should.
I mean, I know that tournament series. I can't speak to more. Hopefully, there's like a Wizards level ban, but
Yeah, I saw a couple memes about it. I saw that the biggest one that I saw was apparently he got banned from that tournament, but also the same day he announced that oh, here it is. He said, after the events at the 4 tournaments, I've decided to step away from Magic. He said, I'm truly sorry for what happened and for the message it's sent. It was never my intention. I hope nothing like this happens again. Thanks for everything. I sincerely apologize and wish you all the best.
He's making himself into a martyr of some kind. It's
Yeah.
like, well, I've gotta step away, guys.
the game just isn't ready for me.
Like if I'm stealing money from a cash register and get caught, I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna turn in my notice. Actually, I'm just not feeling this company anymore. Just go from there.
Yeah, this guy. I'm okay saying this name because he publicly tweeted about this and it was on camera. It's Biagio Cantone is the what I'm seeing posted on Reddit.
Yep.
4 tournaments. I've decided to step away from Magic. So yeah, he took the brave line of stepping away after being caught cheating. So
brave.
And
wonderful.
banned.
And banned, yeah.
And yeah.
Now that I'm not allowed to be at this tournament series, I guess I'll step away.
You can't fire me. I quit.
Well, I think
Okay.
we kind of touched on this when we were first talking about it, though. The thing that this kind of spurred the conversation off about is the importance of cutting the and especially like shuffling your opponent's deck. Like that's another thing that, you know, is will ensure that no shenanigans are going on. And I think what a lot of people get caught up on, and I know this is said at the beginning of every competitive tournament, is like your opponent may not have your best intentions in mind.
That's what I was about to say.
With what they do and what they say. And I think that is a hurdle that, you know, some people with, you know, like myself, with social anxiety to some degree, of like, you don't want your opponent, cutting and shuffling your opponent's deck can be interpreted as you think that they are cheating in some way. I think that's what, and you know, that's not the intention. It's you know, it's just tournament etiquette to cut your opponent's deck. And I think some people get hung up on that as like, oh, I don't want to, like, you know, make my opponent think that I think they're a cheater. And so what are y'all's thoughts on that? You know, how do people get around that line of thinking to where it's just a good practice to do?
Well, I mean, I always present whenever I do it, even after the person, even like, I mean, you even know when we play in locals or like, you know, just casual games, I always present to cut. It's just kind of a habit that I have to always do it. The thing, I like the cut. I hate the people that after I present the cut, they pick up the deck and do this whole maneuver and shuffle and look away and all that. It's like, okay, whatever. It just slows down the game, in my opinion. I feel like every game that I go to time, it's always because of that. Just you know, after I shuffle and do that, they gotta look away and just shuffle the deck, and then they present it to me to cut too. Sometimes I'm like, okay. And every time they do that, well, not every time they do it, but I feel like most of the times that they do that, I feel like I always have to mulligan down to like 5 too. So I'm always like, it's a little sus. And then they eventually just tap the deck or something, and then I draw a really good hand. I'm like, yeah, cool. So.
That is actually also the flip side of that too, is your opponent shuffling your deck, because then that's another flavor of cheating, of like your opponent shuffling your cards at the top of your deck and trying to mess you up. So you know,
I especially hate it before game 1 too, because like, you know, I don't know. You know, they're looking away doing this or whatever, but like, what if they're, you know, they get a glimpse of a card or something like that? Like this is a pre-modern deck. If you get a glimpse and you see like, I don't know, if you see that, let's reanimate. If you can't tell, like, I might give you like a little bit of advantage or whatever, but I don't know. It just what goes through my head when people do that to me. So. I can't stop shuffling this deck now.
That's why they make a point of the dramatic turn away, to show you they're not looking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you
so
know,
if
in
you're gonna
draft,
do all that, just cut my deck, man. Just.
Well, I mean,
I'm
in like
ceiling.
limited, if you see a basic land, then that's keying you in on their color identity, right? It tells you, like, especially at like high level draft, like, okay, they should at least theoretically have access to these removal spells or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my stance on it's you just practice the way, like, if your goal is to play at the Pro Tour, you should play every game you play as though you are trying to get in the habit of how you would handle it at the Pro Tour.
Yep.
It's for a lot of money. There's a lot of pressure. There are people who have spent oodles of money and years trying to get there and just want to do well. Like, you know, I try not to judge anybody by their worst moments, but like there's certainly a lot of motive to like get every edge you possibly can. So why not just keep it as even as you can by shuffling your opponent's deck and not looking at it.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see that. I guess, Will, what you're talking about is like not like a quick shuffle, like an extended long shuffle. Like I can understand like you just take your opponent's deck, shuffle it like once or twice, and then just put it down. I get that. I guess like excessive shuffling, I guess. Like, I've never had it happen to me before, but I've heard like stories of some people having opponents that try to pile shuffle their deck. Like, like, come on, you're that's not necessary.
we're kind of talking about this cheating scandal that was caught on camera. What is the one that kind of sticks in your head when you think of a cheating scandal for card games? I guess the one that always comes to me is that. Yeah, I was about to say Two Explorers is always the biggest one for me, but like I'm trying to think of like other ones that have been caught on like camera. There was one that I don't know if it was on camera. It was actually in Atlanta, and I was judging this event where this guy I don't even get why he was cheating. Like he was cheating at this point because he was at the X3 X4 table or something like that. And what he was doing was basically he was shuffling his deck, but he had 3 or 4 cards that were supposed to be in his sideboard that he was putting back on top of his deck to make sure that he would draw them. And obviously we caught this. Like, yeah, it was
the elite
awkward. Yeah, and what was
I
even
have
worse?
to mulligan because I know I have 4 non-lands in the top 7 of my deck.
Yeah.
Elite cheat.
Ravager is like a fairy
Because
godmother, and it just sits on your shoulder, and it's like, you play badly, but I don't care. I still love you.
Yeah, it was weird because it was just like basically, he just had him in his sideboard or something like that, and then he would just like I can't even describe how he did it. It was so bad that we all caught it. Where basically he was looking at it, and then I think what he was doing is he was looking at his sideboard, and then he was getting the cards out of the sideboard and basically putting it in his hand. So that one was rough. I mean, I remember that one because I was kind of in that. Yeah, I was in that one. Not cheating, of course. You know, I was watching him cheat. So
I was cheating right next to him.
Dude, he was in the X4 table in a 7-round tournament. Why are you doing this? Dude,
yeah, that's
I'm not going to say his name, but the head judge of basically Alabama was there, and he literally just looks at me and then walks over to the printer to get some paperwork, and I'm like,
oh, that's awesome.
You're about to DQ someone that is like 63rd.
I'll handle the paperwork.
Yeah. Like, God. But yeah, that's the one I mean, I think of Two Explorers. I think about that. Just of all the
it was 2019, I think it was, where Yuya had the Mark Tron lands.
That was I literally had that one on my head.
Oh
too.
yes,
yeah.
The guy got to sign my Bloodbraid Elves. Yeah, I remember that.
You should mark them on the back just for him.
Oh yeah, just to yeah. you taught me well. No, I'm
I think he's back now. He had like a 30. I think it was a 30-month. I'm gonna look it up. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
he had a 30-month ban. So yeah, he'd be back and able to play, I guess, if he wanted to. Probably pretty hard, like. Probably pretty hard to like get by. With that much scrutiny.
Cheating is okay. I should phrase this in a other way. I was gonna say cheating is fun. The cheating scandals afterwards are like, oh my god, did they really try all this? I gotta remember. I should know this because I'm an L1. But how judges determine cheating. So it's if they gain an advantage, they have to know they are cheating. There's a third one I always forget. Hang on. Let me think. So it's god dang, I'm gonna have to remember this. Hang on, keep talking. I'm gonna look it up. So how to determine
I'm trying to think. The ones that stick out in my mind was I remember the big ones. Like there was Trevor Humphreys wasn't really that big. There was a few SEG grinders that got caught. Like I remember Jared Betcher was one. Like Jared Betcher was on the come up on the SEG circuit, like back when I was starting to get into like grinding, and he got caught shuffling his opponent's deck. Like that was his thing. And it's kind of funny looking back on because people were like, "Oh, this guy just came out of nowhere and just starts winning," and it's like, "Oh, well, now you can kind of see why." One thing that was helping him get to that point.
I actually know my favorite cheating thing. I got called over once, literally 10 seconds after a round, because some guy was playing a burn deck with a Tron playmat. So I had to get him for cheating, of course.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
man, what a douche nozzle that would do something like that.
For people who don't know,
Yeah,
this was Matt. Matt
was
rode
funny.
in the car with me, and literally 10 seconds after I start round one, this guy comes up to me and says, "I think my opponent is cheating. I thought seized him, and he had a Tron playmat, so I assumed he was on Tron, but he was on Burn. So I think he's misinterpreting, or he's trying to mislead me." And I literally go, "No." I basically say, I'm not going to give him. I'm not going to look into it. That's basically what I said. I was like, I can go over it after the game, but he is not cheating. Go ahead and
That's not
go
fraud.
ahead.
I would call that false advertising.
Unless you have a playmat or sleeve that say, "I am on Tron," and then you show Titan. Like, it's not.
The thing about it too, though, is like, and I've said this like time and time again. That was the joke for the longest time. Was like if you go into a tournament and you see someone with a blue mana symbol playmat and blue sleeves, you're like, oh, they're on Burn. Like that was like the meme for the longest time. Was like if you see someone decked out in blue mana and stuff, that immediately should sound alarm bells that guy is playing a burn deck of some kind. But no, that was on like another level though, because I mean I might as well tell the story since we're at this point. Yeah, it was me. I sat down. An opponent was on grief scam, and they we keep our openings. He goes, exile a card, grief you, and then like I just lay my hand on the table, and he sees Boros Charm, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Helix, all that good stuff, and he like hands kind of and I was playing the Tron playmat, and his hands like kind of shake for a second, and then he calls Will over, who was the judge, and I was thinking at a level way higher than we were, because I was thinking like, did I show my hand too early? Did I do something out of sequence with how grief is supposed to work? Because he said like evoke trigger on the stack, cast this, and then like at that same moment I was revealing my hands. I was like thinking like, oh, is he trying to angle shoot me on like that I revealed my hand before something resolved or whatever? But no, it was like way stupider than that. So that was a funny moment.
So I looked it up. The thing that was missing, so there's three things. So the first is the player must be attempting to gain advantage from their action. Player must be aware they are doing something illegal, and they have to be breaking a rule. So an example that you can go is, I'm gonna use rhinos as an example because I'm the rhino guy. So let's say that I hand Matt rhinos, and I'm not saying that you don't know how this works. I'm just saying I hand it to somebody. You cast Charlotte's Agent, you cascade, and the first card you hit is Fire and Ice, and you go, I'm going to cast the Fire side, deal 2 damage there. You can't do that because it's a 4 mana spell. You can't pick that, but if you were like, what they would do is they would look into it and they'll go, so how long have you been playing this deck? And you go, well, it's my friend Will's deck. I wanted to try it out just because I thought it was cool. They're not going to give you they're not going to accuse you of cheating because of that, because you have to intentionally know that you are breaking a rule. So
yeah,
that's something that they look for.
Lord knows I've done that before. There was some interaction. I'm sure that has happened before where I just straight up did not know how a card interaction worked.
Like some harder ones are like, let's say how there's many arts for Tron lands. Let's say that you play 3 with 3 different arts or whatever, and you just assume that you have Tron because of that.
Oh, that has happened before. There's that one Urza's Mine that looks like a tower.
That's
Yeah,
why a lot of times when they think that you're in a cheating investigation, they'll sit you aside. They'll ask you things. So let's say that you two are playing. Basically, I'll ask Caleb. I'll say, or Coffee. Sorry if you want to go either way. I'll say, did he announce the lands when he was playing them? Did he go power plant, mine, tower, or did he just kind of play them down? I'd ask questions like that. I would then ask you probably the same question: how long have you been playing this deck? Is this your deck? Stuff like that. Because if it's like, if this is your deck, you've been playing it for a little bit, and you did that, I probably have enough evidence to say, well, you're probably lying now. Because you don't have, because obviously you've been playing this for a bit, this is your deck that you're using, and especially if you, like, I don't know, you didn't even say the name of the card. But, yeah, just some fun stuff to look at when I'm accusing people of cheating, which I've never done. I've never actually gone through the full thing, luckily. So, but
did you have anything to add, Coffee, before I brought up the next thing that this kind of dovetails into? The thing I was going to talk about, and this also I feel like is this especially, I don't know if I've ever even done this. This kind of falls under the umbrella of cheating, is slow playing. That is something I know Grant on the channel has brought it up, that Wizards has been trying to crack down on. At what point, and this is actually also good because since you're a judge, I can kind of pick your brain on this.
Oh, lovely.
When you suspect an opponent is slow playing, at what point do you call a judge over, and how do you handle something like that? Because I'll be honest, like, not even I don't even know like exactly when that happens, because I've had opponents accuse me of slow playing.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact I'm not slow playing. Like, I'm not trying to gain an advantage or anything. I'm literally just in the tank about something. And it's frustrating. That is a thing that I can definitely feel like, I don't feel like someone might say, well, I don't want to be a dick and tell them to hurry up. At what point should that be addressed?
If you feel like you're getting slow played against, the best way to, in my opinion, the best way to resolve it is call a judge over, say, can I ask you a question away from the table? Go away from the table where he can't hear you. Be like, I don't have a question. I just think my opponent's been playing a little slow. Could you possibly sit on this match and watch? Depending on how much time is in the round, like if there's like 35, 40 minutes left, or like 30 minutes or so, they may watch you for about 10 minutes, and if they don't expect anything, they'll walk off.
Okay.
A lot of times when I'm called over for slow play, what I'll do is I'll watch the opponent. I'll usually count in my head. To about 20 or so. And what I'm counting for is basically between different game actions. Because, like, let's say I go untap, upkeep, draw. I go in the tank. And I just sit there. If it's 15 seconds and then they play a land, that's technically an action, so I reset the clock. And then I go from there, and then at the 20-second mark, I go, okay, I need you to make an action. At that point, some people do get a little upset because they feel like I am rushing them. So I have noticed a lot whenever I do say something like that, a lot of the responses, I know, I'm thinking, hang on, and then they immediately make a play, and then they get a little frustrated. So it's a hard thing to watch for. I will say I have never given the warning for slow play, but I have, like, official warning, but I have basically said, I need you to make an action. That being said, there isn't like an official thing for slow play. So sometimes I've had it before where I draw, I think, for 3 seconds, and they say, I need you to make an action. I'm like, God, give me a minute. Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, there's not like a general like way to call slow play, and I think that needs to be fixed. Because I know so many people that are so angry in the 001 brackets because of that.
There was somebody, he had a reputation for playing slow himself, but you better not have took longer than like 5 or 10 seconds on a decision, because he would immediately be like, you got to make a decision, bro. Like, it's like, dude.
Oh, they're just trying to rage bait you then.
Yeah, no, Yes, and that is actually the other thing I was going to say is this just is they're just trying to frustrate you because it's like
the best way to get around
Yeah.
that is call a judge over. Just call them over because I mean that's what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be the mediators. If y'all are in a disagreement, even about a ruling, like if you're like, I think this is how it works. No, I think that's how it works. Call a judge over. I'll make the ruling. So, but the best way to call slow play without ruffling any feathers or whatever is just talk away from the table. Just go away because like. I mean, how would you feel, if we're playing each other, I call judge and I go, hey, my opponent's been playing really slow. Can you watch him? You would feel very uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
And like afterwards,
definitely.
Too, I wouldn't make eye contact or anything. I would just pack it up and leave.
Yeah.
Just what's up?
I have probably the most poignant experience with that out of the group, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
We went to the Teams event in STG Atlanta.
Oh.
And friend of the channel, Tristan, was playing Lantern Control. Or playing, yes. And our opponent tapped each individual of the 22 lands in play across about 3 seconds per land with a Whir of Invention already out on the stack. That is slow play.
Yes.
It is when it is to gain an advantage. And
the worst part was
the worst part is
judge
the
watching
even
this,
advantageous. We called one over and said, Judge, our opponent is intentionally slow playing this War of Invention that is on the stack right now that he tried to pick up when you had it over. Was announced. The count was announced, and he has taken approximately 4 minutes of the round to tap his lands. And the judge goes, you do that? The opponent goes, well, I'm just thinking. And the judge goes,
thinking.
Yeah, all right. Make an action. Like, kind of understood, like, all right. Make an action. And so opponent played at normal pace for a second. And within 3 minutes, the judge just walked away.
So
and as the second the judge turned around, started immediately going to as slow as humanly possible.
I think what the judge should have done, obviously this isn't what happened, but if I was in that situation where something like that happened, I would issue a slow play warning, and then I would then ask how long, basically, between them casting the Whir invention, like how long has it been, and then give an extension for that.
Yeah.
That's what again, I would have done. So
this, like you said, there's no precedent. Like there is no.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
The strictest interpretation is cheating because you're intentionally trying to gain an advantage. The most reasonable interpretation was our opponent thought they were getting an advantage by hostaging us away from talking to our teammate about their game. But
it is almost
don't
impossible.
Do that anyway.
It's so hard to call. It's so hard to call slow play in team tournaments too, because part of the team tournament is talking to other teammates and all that. I mean, we've been on a team before. I mean, we've all been on a team before. We know because technically when you're mulliganing, I'll turn over to you and be like, "What do you think about this?" And we'll talk about it for a little bit. Where in a single tournament, I would have looked at it, thought for a second, and put it back. So I say it's just in a weird taboo area of slow play, and the thing is just vibes. Just if it feels like it.
And this person was pretty blatantly cheating with it, but still would not make eye contact with Tristan afterwards. Like it made it so uncomfortable, so awkward that when the match ended, Tristan goes, "See, slow playing really didn't help you at all." And the opponent just wouldn't even look at us and just gets up and like walks away, like scurries away. And the rest of their team's like, "What's up with him?" And we're like, "Well, they intentionally slow played, I think, to try and help you somehow." And he was like, "Oh, okay. All right. Sorry about that." Like, go
at least they were cool about it.
It really doesn't actually make sense to do. It was just opponent thought they were doing the best thing they possibly could for their team in a otherwise lost matchup.
I think, I mean, the underlying lesson of all this is like, trust your gut. Like if anything seems off, if you can, if you're when you're in the driver's seat at a tournament and it feels weird, like something is off with like how slow they're acting or playing, as you said, well, just call a judge over, just ask. Like, I mean, that's the judge's entire job is to do that. So you're not inconveniencing anybody by doing that.
The job is to make sure that you are playing a fair and fun game of Magic.
Yeah, you are literally asking a judge to do what they are paid to be there for. So yeah, I definitely take advantage of that. So that was the fun that was the fun cheating news in Magic. Yeah. The other thing we can kind of talk on and kind of get y'all's thoughts on is a recent rules change that this is only kind of tangentially related to Magic, but we could possibly see something like this. Yeah, possibly see something like this coming to Magic eventually. So I'm going to look up
I don't think they could ever do it in Magic. I think so many people wouldn't be able to do it, including me probably. So I guess while Matt's looking at it, there was a change in the Bushiroad games. I think it's specifically in Japan. I don't know if it's in America yet, but there's already a rule. It was in there. I don't know why it is. I think it's because of deck size that you can't triple sleeve a deck. And I think it's because of, it's kind of like the Yorion thing in Modern where it's like a dex issue, like it's hard to shuffle sit. They have determined that, hang on, let me grab some cards that aren't worth money. They have determined that flicking your cards like this, if it's excessive, it is bannable. Like they ban card flicking and it's considered unsportsmanlike conduct. I don't know if y'all can hear that in the mic, but
I can kind of hear it. I'm trying to find.
But, this.
Bushiroad.
Funny enough, did you know there's actually a unglued card that talks about that motion, the flicking? It's called Stop That. If I remember, it makes you discard a card, and every time that you flick the cards, you return it to your hand. So it punishes you for flicking your cards. Let's see if I can find it. But yeah, it's a really funny art because it's like a fist made of cards just punching somebody.
That is pretty funny. I'm looking at the news to try to find not that one. Not that one this time. Okay. Let's see, flicking.
Yes, it's a 1-mana instant. Target player discards a card, and then whenever opponent audibly flicks the cards in his or her hand, you may say "Gotcha." If you do, return Stop That from your graveyard to your hand.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I'll have to find the art. I can find the article for you later, but it doesn't really help you. It's in Japanese, but
yeah, the Bushiroad officially prohibits excessive card flicking, hand shuffling, and noisy repetitive actions that distract opponents or risk deck manipulation. Such behavior is considered poor etiquette, can result in penalties for slow play or improper handling, and players are expected to keep the game quiet and respectful.
Yeah, I just found that as well. Yeah. Poor etiquette. What's their policy on bathing? It makes me wonder. Maybe I could edge my advantage out that way. I'll just stink.
Yeah.
But my cards will remain silent.
I will say, I'll admit it. I mean, y'all have played with me before. I'm a bad card flicker. It's like almost like a nervous tick.
Everybody is.
There's a video of me somewhere online of me playing Corey Baumeister, where they're saying that I sound like a motor because I'm flicking my cards so loud.
Yeah, I've never flicked cards. I just never.
The thing is, like, I've had it at the last Eternal weekend. I had somebody tell me that, like, politely, of course, said, "Hey, would you mind stop doing that? It kind of distracts me." I go, "Oh yeah, I got you," and I'll just put it down. And even after he did that, it's just a habit. I'll draw, and part of the reason why I do it is I don't want them to think that, how how do I describe this? What's that? I've got 3 cards and I got 2 cards in hand. I draw a card. The reason I flick it like this is to mix it up, so that way you don't know which card I drew. So that way you don't know if I was land screwed or not. So I'm just, if I draw this and then play the land immediately, it's like, okay, maybe he's looking for more lands or something like that. It's an internal thing. But that's why I started flicking.
That's fine. Like, randomizing your hand's fine. It's the flicking.
Yeah.
It's the literal, like, just do it quieter.
Can't.
Or draw your card and just do a, like, quick, like, lift and chop, and then fan out your hand. That's one I've seen.
I try to be nonchalant about it, because it's just like, if I am shuffling it, then I'm thinking, oh yeah, he definitely just drew. He's definitely searching for lands and is going to do it later.
Yeah.
My usual tell is I flick it, I don't play my land until the second main phase, and then I play my land. So, like, I don't play it immediately. So.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. That's free game, right? Like, you should mask what you drew, like, regardless of if it's a land or otherwise.
Yep.
You shouldn't be like, removal spell.
Well,
Just right off the top.
I set it down.
Well, I know you drew that for turn. Good. Like,
I flick it, I set it down, I think for a second, I swing for combat, then I pick up my hand, and then I play the land. That's my tell. I'm gonna have to get a new one now. So.
And like, will it matter most games? Probably not. But it's just a way to tighten play.
Yep.
Yeah, it more often than not, there's some strategy to it. Like, I know pretty recently, actually, Brian Kibler, who's known for hand shuffling. Like, if you want to watch some, like, next level hand shuffling and card flicking, watch Brian Kibler. Like, that dude just, you can see smoke coming off of his sleeves with how fast he shuffles his hand. And he gave, like, a reasoning for why he did it. I think it was, like, back in the day, there were a lot of cards that, like, let you look at your opponent's hand, and it was just a habit that he developed to, like, you know, to where, like, if you hold your, if I show you my hand and this card right here, you know what it is. If I just bring my hand back up like this, you can tell, like, when that's like, you know. And it was just a habit that was brought about by that. But I think it's fidgeting. It's more often than not, it's just fidgeting when you're, like, thinking about stuff. And, you know, if your opponent is, like, legitimately bothered by it, you know, if you know, I'm in the same boat with you, Will. If my opponent says, hey, can you possibly, like, you know, stop flicking or flicks, you know, stop flicking or something, play a little bit quieter, I'd be like, yeah, sure, that's fine. I'll just put my hand down at that point. Like, if that's
until
the
I
case.
get called out for doing the shirt thing, we're good. If anybody ever calls me out for doing this, like, can you not do that? I'm like,
no, the whole idea of, oh yeah, the shirt thing, the shirt fidget.
I've had people say, look at me, be like, do I smell or something? I'm like, no, I'm not, just thinking. And they go, what? So,
I do think that
like
elevating that to a ban is, like, that is excessive to me. That is no longer a relaxing, fun environment for me. If I move in the wrong way or do something subconsciously, you know, I risk getting banned. I am.
My opponent
I mean, it's a warning. It's not, you know, it's not like.
Oh, it's just a warning.
Yeah,
it's slow play, or improper, like a technical foul. Or
I think it's like a USC, isn't it? Like unsportsmanlike, like US minor or something. I don't know what they call it over there.
Yeah, it's unsporting minor, but
the first time it would just be like, hey, stop that. Second one be like, okay, maybe we should,
yes. Okay, you didn't think I was serious. I meant stop it. But also, there's, like, a big etiquette thing. Like, Bushiroad, it's obviously Japanese, like, based, and just their decorum in how they play card games is so incredibly different. Yep. Like, watching some of, like, the Japanese Magic tournaments at Haruya and stuff like that. Like, the way they present their deck, they present their sideboard, like, before the start of the match. They, like, it's just more a lot more decorum and like table manners at the forefront
Mm-hmm.
instead of just like sitting down playing cutting up. So I think it kind of fits like more culturally. Like it's crazy to us because of how generally speaking the US like approaches games in general, but
Yeah.
like that definitely fits the like tone of everything that I've seen in Japan or like watching streams or anything like that. It pretty in line with that of like they resolve their turn, they fan out their cards so you can see how many there are, and they're placed at the corner of the table, and they wait. And they let you do your
Yeah.
turn, and then they pick them up and they draw, and they random their hands too, like, but it's not like a loud flicking motion. It's just I kind of mix around the cards a little and then progress my turn.
Yeah, that's true, and that's I kind of thought of that as well as like that does seem more in line with like the respectfulness and just the overall culture of like Japan. That seems to be kind of a nod to that. As far as implementing that in Western card games, I don't know how they would go about doing that, or if they would want to do that. Especially with Brian, as I said, Brian Kibler, like that's kind of like it's a meme with him. It's like card flicking and stuff.
I have a weird question. I don't know. This might take us back to the cheating thing or whatever. How many times does a person have to ask cards in hand before you get annoyed? Per turn 2 for me. If they ask me cards in hand, I say 3, and they keep going. They go cards in hand. I'm like 3 still. Like at some point, do you think that's more of like a nervous tick, or do you think they're trying to like catch you?
If it's 2 more than twice, I get mad. Like if you're like, hey, I know you told me. How many was it? I'm sorry. Like
if they
that's
do it
very
like that,
different
that's
from
fine,
like
but,
cards in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Cards in hand. My next turn. Cards in hand. Like, are you just zoning out in my turn? Is there like elevator music? What's going on?
My favorite is like let's say they have cards in hand, and then you play like a Lorien reveal or something like that. So you should go from 2 to 1 to 4, and you say they ask cards in hand, you say 4. It's like, oh wait, you said that before. I'm like, play the card. That's always my favorite. It's like almost they're trying to see if you'll mess up to call you for cheating or something.
I don't think I've ever been hit with
a before, where they tried to accuse me of cheating because they thought they heard a different number. I'm like, we're on turn 2. If you just want to count the cards,
you're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
I don't know. That was on my mind. It was just
yeah. I don't think I've ever been hit with a 2 in the row type deal. Like I'm trying to remember. I have certainly asked cards in hand before. I mean, that's a pretty common question.
And that's something you always ask. I mean,
yeah,
especially in Legacy when you're trying to figure out if you're playing around a Force of Will.
Yeah,
like, cards in hand. 1. Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. Bombs away. Yeah, the that I think if I was in that, I'm trying to imagine myself. So I draw a card and play a card, pass turn. They go draw cards in hand. I go like 5 or something, and they look.
Yep.
And they go cards in hand. 5. I would second. Yeah, I would get annoyed. I would get annoyed like the second time if they don't phrase it the way that Caleb put it. Of like, sorry, I just forgot. I forgot. I wasn't listening. How many cards? I'll be like, yeah, sure, whatever. I have 5 cards.
Yeah, or like loud GT, right? Like like an RC where it's just like omnipresent noise, and it's like, huh? Like, how many you say? Like, that's why I always like fan them out when people ask. I'm like 4 and like hold the 4 or whatever.
Oh yeah, I do it on the table sometimes. Like if they like I'll just lay it out exactly like the same way. Like I have 3 cards, lay them out. Or, they might be distracted also by music playing in the hall, like what we had at Eternal Weekend a couple of years ago.
Love Train.
Love Train.
Played. That was my favorite Magic moment.
Did you hear about that, Caleb? Did we tell you about
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Was so
They
funny.
should have kept it going. Get the love train going.
I don't know if we've said it on the pod, but that was at a Eternal Weekend a couple of years ago. Like, I thought I thought it was just them just playing music, but like
They
when
thought we were the middle school cheerleading hall, and they started playing. Come to think of it, that was weird too, right? It was for middle school cheerleaders, and they started jamming Love Train as loud as they could, huh?
that's right.
That's
there was
weird.
there was a cheerleading competition in the next hall over from Eternal Weekend.
So much because there's so many just children around, and you know, it's like squirrels in the road. You don't know what they're gonna do next. Like they could just leap in front of you, and it's just like, don't touch me, don't touch me. I'm trying to get away from here. Because like because they'll just be sitting there for a second, and they'll just start doing that and just start doing their routine. So it's just like,
like doing cartwheels in the hallway. I've seen that.
Yeah, and it's like the last thing I want to do is get charged for assaulting a child or something. Like God,
I'm just trying to get the pre-modern.
They do a cartwheel into me, and I gotta tell my opponent that I'm late because I had to freaking talk to the police officer.
Yeah, but it was a cheerleading competition going on right next door to Eternal Weekend.
It's a cheerleading every Magic event is next to a cheerleading competition. Why?
Round 1 starts, and I'm not even kidding. Round 1 starts, and the second the judge says you may begin, slowly but surely you hear some music start to play. And it's gets louder and louder. And I was just thinking they were just doing it for the vibes for a minute. But apparently what had happened, I would have played the whole day like that. But personally, what it turns out was the sound got wired wrong or something in the convention hall. And they had the cheerleading music playing through into our hall, so you had everybody at this tournament, thousands of people just sitting there playing with just Love Train playing overhead, and it was so funny. One of the people next to me was legitimately freaking out because they were like, I just can't handle this. This is too this is too much. And me and my opponent were kind of vibing though. We were on the same thing. But they got it fixed. That was just kind of a funny little story about what happened.
I think I've got one more little thing, and I think we'll be good for the night. This is just kind of popped in your head. So when your opponent has you dead, what is the worst question they ask you before they kill you? So what I mean is when they draw and they go tapped out. What's your life total? You're at 3. You have no cards in hand. I guess this is good. This
is risky.
This is risky.
This is risky.
That's actually good. Yeah, that is kind of just funny, but I think the question that I hate to hear the most is probably are you tapped out? They draw a card, tapped out. Okay, I kill you. That's probably when the ship is sinking. That's the moment that the Titanic goes below the surface for me is when they're like, oh, you tapped out. Sorry, my dog is playing with a toy. In case y'all can hear that.
You're good. Yeah, we don't really hear it.
But
mine is. I think mine is also tapped out. Which is with the question mark. Just, yeah. The best, though, is, have you ever been on the opposite end where you say tapped out and you go for it and they have the force in hand?
Yep. Done that before.
Mm-hmm.
Tapped
out, yeah.
Well, it's funny, too. You can actually double back on them if you're playing rhinos or something or prison in that case, and they go, are you tapped out? And then you're like, yep, I'm tapped out. then they play something, and then you like exile a spirit guide, and then you know interact with them that way. Exile Elvish Spirit Guide, play Veil of Summer or something.
Yep.
It's sweet. Like, I was tapped out technically.
I wish I had a camera on my glasses for when the best moments with that deck is when you get Daze and you pitch a Spirit Guide. It's such a gotcha moment. It just feels so good. They'll go Daze and then you go especially in the late game too.
Not to sound now I will say this, not to sound like a elitist or anything, but if you're a Daze deck, I've been playing a Daze deck for ever in Legacy, you expect that. Like, if you're dazing somebody that you know has spirit guides and they have at least one card in hand, you should expect that they have a spirit guide of some kind. Like, that's just basic play. So
it feels so good, man. I'm telling you, every time it's so sweet.
Yeah, Daze is if they're playing any kind of like ancient, like any kind of soul lands or spirit guides, Daze is probably not where you want to be. So I feel like you'd want to board those out anyway. But all right, yeah, that did any of y'all want to cover anything else before we split for the night?
I get y'all to come play some Rift out.
I was gonna go actually tonight if we weren't doing this. But all I have is a starter deck. So
I forgot. One more thing right here at the end.
No.
Our pre-modern tournament. I want to just keep plugging that.
Yeah.
End of the month. Well, next weekend, March 21st. March 21st at Gamer Geeks in Warrior, Alabama. If you're local to the area, come on out. Play some pre-modern. It's full proxies. I know that's a thing that I don't know if it's explicitly listed on the advertisement or not, but you can proxy out an entire deck. It's pre-modern, so gold bordered cards are allowed. $30 entry. Yeah, and Gamer Geeks, Gamer Geeks is really good with prize payout, so I'm sure they'll have something nice for a prize payout. So if you want to come support the channel, support a local store, play a very fun fresh format for a lot of people, because I know that pre-modern's kind of been picking up steam, but it's still new to a lot of people that are just now learning about it. If you want to have like fun competition and exposure to a new format that might, open the gates for you to explore another avenue of Magic, especially if you're getting kind of burnt out on Universes Beyond, pre-modern is a time capsule. It will never change. So, come on out, come say hi. We'll probably all be there playing ourselves. So, yeah. I think that will do it for this week. But thank y'all so much for continuing to watch the streams, watch our podcasts that come up, every single view. We appreciate it. Every like, every comment. And we will continue to produce the kind of content that you like. And if, there's anything that you want to see us do, or see us do differently, any improvements that you think we could make, drop a comment, join our Discord. We're always receptive to comments and ideas and things and how we can improve and make this more enjoyable for you, the viewer.
Comment what your favorite Pokemon starter is.
Yeah, I don't know if we have the Pokemon channel up and running in the Southern Magic Discord.
Comment on it. I want to see all the Brout fans.
Yeah. Comment your starter down below. But yeah.
That Brout.
Say Brout. But all right. Well, I think we will call it there. So I hope that everybody has a good evening. Bye-bye.